What's up, everybody? Razorback Zach here from the Inside the Hog Pen Studios here in Central Arkansas. In just a few minutes, we're going to be getting you to Bud Walton Arena, the video courtesy of KARK4 here in Arkansas. We're going to stream that live for you. We were going to be live, but due to technical difficulties, we are going to pick it up from KARK. But immediately following the press conference introducing John Calipari as head coach of the University of Arkansas, men's head basketball coach, is the new episode of Inside the Hog Pen. So be sure to stay tuned immediately following the conclusion of the press conference, because we are going to be breaking it all down on the new episode of Inside the Hog Pen. And I believe we are going to take you live now via KARK to Bud Walton Arena. So enjoy the press conference, and we will see you on a new episode of Inside the Hog Pen immediately following the press conference of John Calipari as the new head coach of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hello and welcome into Bud Walton Arena. Alyssa Orange here with Wes Moore, and Courtney Mims will join us shortly. We are getting ready for Cal's introduction press conference here. It's an exciting day on the Hill, Wes.
I said earlier, it's more like a nightclub than an arena. It's not a basketball court right now. The celebration, they've been piping in this music, the DJ's been working, but now the band is playing. But no, what is crazy is it is nasty outside. It is rainy, it is cold, and you look around, the lower bowl is full on this side, and now they're having to put people up at the top of Bud Walton Arena. That just shows the excitement right now that they have that Coach Calipari is coming to Arkansas.
Cal landed around 2:20 this afternoon here in Fayetteville. He said goodbye to Kentucky tomorrow. How big is this hire for the university?
Yeah, you got to think about from 1996 until Musselman got here in 2021, 25 years. So Arkansas didn't make it to a Sweet 16. Arkansas was irrelevant when it came to basketball. There were no long postseason runs. Nobody national was talking about Arkansas. Eric Musselman comes, and all of a sudden you got Elite Eight, Sweet 16. Arkansas was relevant again. And so many people were worried the next hire they would slide back. You know, I hate to pick on Stan Heath, but people were afraid that the next hire would be like Stan Heath and the program would fade away and no one would talk about Arkansas. Well, now everybody's talking about Arkansas. All you have to do is turn on ESPN, the day of the championship game. Everybody was talking about Coach Calipari and coming to Arkansas. This is huge for Arkansas.
It really is. Let's bring in our Courtney Mims. And Courtney, you know, when you look at who is here, every head coach for Arkansas is here. Every board of trustees member who could be here. This is a big deal for the university. Yeah.
Are on Fayetteville, Arkansas right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Wes, let's talk about how we got here. It started with your tweet on Sunday.
That seems like about a week ago. That doesn't seem like a couple of days ago. You know, I got a call Sunday afternoon, 12:45, and my reaction was like everybody else's reaction. What? No way, no. Coach Calipari's not coming to Arkansas. And they're like, Wes, they're talking to Coach Cal. This might happen. I was like, okay. So I started getting to work, started working all the sources that I have. And the more people I talk to, I realized Coach Calipari might be coming to Arkansas. And about 3:30 that afternoon, I felt good about it. So good that I almost tweeted it out at 3:30. But this is Calipari. I knew this is a national story. This isn't an Arkansas story. I had to be 100% confident in my tweet. And so I waited until I got the, yes, he is coming.
We know.
Now we know.
Because he's about to walk on that stage. Chuck Barrett is going to get this welcome ceremony underway, and we will take you inside and have you watch this with us as well as the press conference. Enjoy, everybody.
And you are here tonight to witness us introduce the 14th head coach in Razorback basketball history, Coach John Calipari. I know you're ready. And we got a lot of people here I want to introduce before we get started. We've got several dignitaries, several people that we are honored to be with us tonight. I'd like to ask our University of Arkansas Board of Trustees to stand as I call their names, and we're going to recognize them. Tommy Boyer, Steve Cox, Ted Dickey, Kelly Eichler, Dr. Ed Fryer, Kevin Crass, Jeremy Wilson. We thank all of you for being here with us tonight. I wish all of you could see what I see right now. This is awesome to see all of you here tonight. Just a great evening and a lot of fun as we meet our new coach. We're very pleased to be joined tonight by our chancellor, Dr. Charles Robinson, and his wife, Renelda. If you've been to Razorback games, thank you. If you've been to Razorback games, you know Dr. Robinson is a regular. He's there quite often. We appreciate your leadership, and we appreciate your support, and certainly are grateful that you are here tonight. The Chancellor's Strategic Operations Group is here tonight, and I'd like to invite you to stand, if you would. I know many of you are here. Thank you for your service. I'd also like to recognize our faculty athletic representative, Paul Adams. Paul, it's great to have you here. Thank you, Paul. Now we're going to hear from our Vice Chancellor and our Director of Athletics in just a moment, but I do want to introduce his wife, Jennifer. If she would stand and be recognized, please. Thank you, Jennifer. In a few moments, Coach Cal will officially join the ranks of some incredible Razorback head coaches here at the University of Arkansas. Now, some are on the road as we speak. They're not able to be with us tonight, but many of them are. Please hold your applause until I've recognized them all. Our head football coach, Sam Pittman, is here tonight. Our baseball coach, Dave Van Horn, is here. Our softball coach, Courtney Deifel, is here tonight. Welcome, Coach Deifel. Our soccer coach, Colby Hale, is here tonight. Our men's tennis coach, Jay Udwadia, is here tonight. Our women's track and field coach, Chris Johnson, is with us this evening. Our women's basketball coach, Mike Neighbors, is here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your Razorback head coaches. I'd like to recognize many of our former players. We've got a lot of former players who are here tonight. I've got a list. I hope I have all of them. If some of you have come in and we don't call your name, please stand and we will recognize you nevertheless. Dr. Jim Counts, if you would stand as I call your name. Todd Day. Blake Edens. Kamani Johnson. Ron Brewer Sr. Coach Ronnie Brewer. Corey Beck. Joe Johnson. Tommy Boyer. Jimmy Dykes. Mike Young. John Inkskove. Joe Klein. Reggie Merritt. And Manny Watkins. If others have come in and I've not called your name, we're glad you're here tonight. We appreciate you, and this is your night too. It's a proud day to be an Arkansan, isn't it? Tonight, we officially welcome Coach Calipari and his wife, Ellen, to the state of Arkansas. And at this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium, actually, I'd like you to welcome to the podium a man who has worked tirelessly to find our next leader. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our Vice Chancellor, our Director of Athletics, Hunter Yurachek.
All right, y'all sit down. Chancellor Robinson, I think we made the right choice. Wow, you guys know that we're not playing Kentucky in basketball tonight, right? This is amazing, amazing. It is another great day to be an Arkansas Razorback. And as your Director of Athletics, I say that with great confidence tonight as I think about our #1 ranked baseball team. Our #1 ranked women's track and field team. Our #2 ranked men's track and field team. Our 8th ranked women's golf program. Our 10th ranked gymnastics program that just advanced to the Elite 8. Our 11th ranked men's golf team. Our 14th ranked softball team. In today's historic hiring of John Calipari as our head men's basketball coach. I look forward to introducing you to Coach Cal in a few minutes, but first I wanted to take the opportunity to recognize several people. First, I would like to recognize and thank Coach Eric Musselman, his wife Danielle. During the past 5 seasons, Coach Muss, with Danielle by his side, elevated our program back to one of national prominence and ensured that we were able to attract a Hall of Fame coach to take his place. I wanted to thank UA System President Dr. Don Bobbitt, our University Chancellor Charles Robinson, by the way, celebrating his birthday tonight. By the way, Chancellor, this was my birthday present to you, okay? And of course, the University Assistant Board of Trustees for their support throughout this process. I wanted to specifically thank Board of Trustee member Ted Dickey, who represented the board and worked with me directly on this search. The Dickey family has been serving our state for generations, and I am appreciative of Ted's service to our university and to me personally during this process. Thank you, Ted. Also want to acknowledge our Senior Associate Athletic Director, Matt Trantham, for his assistance in the search process. Matt, I think he's backstage. And a huge and special thank you to our Department of Athletics University Associate General Counsel Matt McCoy and Coach Cal's attorney Tom Mars, also a UA Law graduate, who worked together to get an agreement in place. Matt and Tom, thank you very much. Matt, right here. And I certainly want to thank my entire family, especially Jennifer and my youngest son, Brooks, who are here tonight. Brooks, stand up. There you go. And there are so many others who played a part, but I want to make sure I recognize 2 key people and their families who played a significant role in our ability to hire Coach Cal. I am deeply appreciative to Mr. John Tyson for serving as the conduit.
Do I like my chicken fried and cold beer on a Friday night. Pair of jeans that fit just right and the radio.
During this process, John served as a conduit. He made an initial connection between myself and Coach Cal to talk about this opportunity. Coach Cal and John have been dear friends for years, and that personal relationship was an incredible resource for me to better understand Coach Cal and what might attract him to the University of Arkansas. But this commitment was far more than just making a connection. John Tyson and his family are from here in Northwest Arkansas. And Warren Stevens and his family from Central Arkansas joined forces together to make certain we could offer the type of package that would lure Coach Cal to Fayetteville. Each of these families understands how important this program is to the entire state. Their generosity helped galvanize our state this week with great anticipation of the future success of our Razorback basketball program. So thank you to John Randall, and Olivia Tyson, who are able to join us tonight, and to Warren, Harriet, Miles, John, and Laura Stevens for demonstrating that we are truly all one Razorback. And let me be clear, because there's a lot of rumors and misinformation out there. These two families have helped us set the table to make this historic hire possible. But I know their expectation and their hope is people across this state will join them and make sure we are able to continue to provide the tools that are needed, not only to have success in men's basketball, but the tools for us to continue to have the success we've enjoyed across our 19 sports programs. All right, that's the end of my thank yous. Now on to Coach Cal. So as I set out to find the next leader of our men's basketball program, I received a lot of advice. Some was solicited, some was unsolicited on what we needed and who should be our next head coach. But I knew I wanted to find a proven winner. I wanted to find someone who would embrace Arkansas and the opportunities to build on a rich tradition that includes 22 conference titles, 14 Sweet 16 appearances, 11 Elite 8 appearances, 6 Final Fours, and a 1994 NCAA championship. We needed to find a coach that understands the current environment of college athletics and how to recruit elite talent. We needed someone who can develop players for success at the college level and prepare them for success in the NBA. We needed someone who would bring national prestige to the University of Arkansas, and we needed someone to generate excitement among Razorback Nation. Check that box for sure, right? And finally, I wanted to find someone who shared my vision that this program could return to the Final Four and win a national championship. In the course of our great history, we have been blessed to have tremendous players and legendary coaches. From Eddie Sutton to Nolan Richardson, Arkansas has been the home to Hall of Fame coaches. Today, we add another Hall of Fame coach to that distinguished list, a Naismith Hall of Fame coach and someone that recently was selected as the 2024 John R. Wooden Legends of Coaching recipient. I'm excited for us to formally introduce Coach Cal to this state and the entire Razorback Nation. So without further ado, take it away, John George.
Let's go, Hawg call.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those Hogs! Bud Walton Arena, where it is about as loud as the building could get. You're not entertained. The loudest arena to start a game I've ever been in.
This is a hard place. You don't come here expecting to win. Let me tell you that.
The name, the brand, the identity that he brings to a program that has a storied, rich tradition, an outstanding fan base in Fayetteville, Arkansas. The big recruits will follow and winning will follow.
You go to Kentucky. What made you go to Kentucky?
Coach Cal.
I love Cal. I still talk to Cal to this day. You came in, you earned everything, he made you work.
Playing for Cal was, that relationship lasts forever.
John Calipari gets to go to a proud program with Final Four national championship pedigree.
With the first pick in the 2010 NBA draft, the Washington Wizards select John Wall. The New Orleans Hornets select Anthony Davis, Julius Randle, Keldon Johnson, Devin Booker, Jamal Murray, De'Aaron Fox, Bam Adebayo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Carl Anthony Towns from the University.
That's a program that is built to win. Arkansas needed an adrenaline jolt. John Calipari is going to give them that.
And now, let's welcome to the court, joined by his wife, Ellen, the head coach of your Arkansas Razorbacks, John Calipari.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Coach, they've been waiting for you. Welcome.
I have never gotten that kind of greeting in this building. As a matter of fact, you were probably in the building when they threw me out before the game ended. Walked through. We did win that game, though, but they walked out, and you guys were throwing stuff at me then. I wasn't hearing any cheers.
How did this happen? Walk us through this.
Phew. Where's my John Tyson? He did this twice now. I need you to talk to my AD. Well, I'm in Phoenix. He's in Phoenix. What? Well, tell him to call me. I'll meet him tomorrow. You want me to talk about Canada? I didn't know what, and we met. We only met about an hour and a half, maybe less than that. Part of it was talking about other people, and he said, now that you know this, and I know you think this is a great program, why not you? Well, why not me? Yeah, why not you? Huh. Now, from that meeting, I left and went west. We stayed in touch a little bit. I just want everybody to know here, I didn't want anything out until after the national championship game that we were even talking, because I didn't think it was fair for those two teams and those coaches and those players and those programs. Somebody here leaked it out, though. I don't know who leaked it out, but someone did. But Hunter, we didn't speak about it because it wasn't fair for those teams. I'll tell you what happened to me. We were out west, and we had a priest with us, a Catholic priest. He gave mass one morning in his room, and I said to him, Father, I got to decide what I'm going to do here. One is Arkansas, the other is Kentucky, and he told me, go for an hour walk and have in your mind you're the Arkansas coach. And then on the way back, that you're the Kentucky coach and tell me you'll see what moves your heart and what you want to do. And I did that. And I'll be honest, when I thought about coming here and building this program and making it something special, it got me excited. I got to say this, though. And again, in 2007, I met with Coach Broyles. And we talked. I was at Memphis at the time. And I've just got to tell you, there's a difference now than leaving a job back then. Back then, you had players that were there to play for you, to be with you, to help groom them to get ready for what their future was. And if you left, they were stuck there. They couldn't leave. They had to play for whoever the coach was. And John got mad at me. I said, I'm not leaving these kids. And it was Derrick Rose, Antonio Anderson, Chris Douglas Roberts, Joey Dorsey, Robert Dozier, Sean Taggart. I mean, we had a great group. But it wasn't about winning and losing. It was about leaving them. It happened to be at Massachusetts with Marcus Camby. We lost to Eddie Sutton's Oklahoma State team in Big Country in the Elite Eight. He said, I'm going to stay, Coach. I'm not ready. And I said, well, then I'm going to stay with you. There were a couple things that were happening for me. The next year, we go to the Final Four, lose to a Kentucky team. I think we got screwed, but that's another story. And he says, I'm going to do this. And I went and said, you know what? I'm going to go too. And I went to the Nets. You know who I got to coach at the Nets? Joe Clyde. Now, yeah, he got me fired. But they were saying you traded for Joe Klein. No, he was in the trade. But I got to tell you one story. And Joe will tell you this is true. So I trade for him. He walks into my office in the arena. We're getting ready to play a game. He says, Coach, I'm Joe Klein. You just traded for me. I said, Joe, I don't have time to talk to you, so I'll see you after the game. He said, should I put a uniform on? And I said, yeah, but you're not going to get in. But go ahead, warm up and be around. You know what happens. My center gets in foul trouble. Another kid gets hurt. I look at Joe. He looks at me. I look at Joe. He looks at me. And I said, go in. We'll run floppy. Anybody that ever, Joe Johnson's here, you know, Ron, you know what floppy is. That's universal. Anybody can do it. Joe struggled with it, but anybody can do it. So I said, go in. And I could tell you other stories, but he walked by me and stopped and turned back and said, I'm Joe Klein. It's nice to meet you. And then went in the game. And I had an absolute, he and I have been friends since that time. He got me fired, but it was good because I could get back to what I do best. I'm sorry, Joe. I had to do that.
It must have been hard to leave Kentucky. What was that like?
It was. I mean, we'd been there 15 years, folks. 15 years. And great times, great achievements. 40 players to the NBA. 30 kids graduated. 30 kids graduated. I mean, I love that state. I love the governor. The people are the salt of the earth. They're generous. They're kind. They grew up kind of like we did. They grew up like we did. And my wife and I, Ellen, where are you, Ellen? Stand up. There you are. Stand up and you see my wife. Now, from this point on, she is the princess. That's what she is. She's a princess. I I'm off point here, but she makes brownies at every birthday. She wants the players at the house all the time. If they're not there, why aren't they here? And it's been that way from UMass to Memphis. Joe, did anybody come to the house in the Nets? No. Yeah. And in Kentucky. And she becomes their mom away from home. So she's a great lady, great coach's wife. She's the best. And I got my son here, Brad. Brad played for me for 3 years at Kentucky, graduated, and he put his name in the portal. So he was the first coach's son that said, I'm out. And he went and played at Detroit for Mike Davis and had a terrific career and has done good, and was at Vanderbilt with Jerry Stackhouse last year and did a great job of coaching. But Kentucky's the bluest of blue. There's only a few schools like that, and I hate to tell you, Arkansas is one of them. It is. But all I can tell you, we loved our time there. We gave every ounce of everything we had to that job that stayed in that school. So I walk away sad, but knowing no regrets. We left nothing on the table. There's not a whole lot more we could have tried to do.
You look around. That's all right. You can applaud. Go ahead. Obviously, there are a lot of Razorback fans. You look around the building and see that. What do you know about Arkansas? What's attracted you to this place?
Well, it started with Coach Broyles. I mean, who he was, what he stood for. When I met him, I was kind of intimidated when I met him. And then, is Marcia Cohn here? Is she here? Where's Marcia? All right. There's Marcia. Her husband, David Cohen, ran a golf tournament up in Forest City, and Coach would play in it. He had the biggest legs and could hit a golf ball. Even later in his life, would hit I'm like, well, how old is he hitting the ball that far? But he was the one that met with me and talked to me, and so it started there. I mean, I would tell you, Coach Sutton, for some reason, kind of took me under his wing, and I have no idea. I just saw Steven, and we talked about it. I was like the last person to talk to him before he passed away. And I wanted to help him in the Hall of Fame earlier than they did, but he did get to hear that he was inducted in the Hall of Fame before he passed, which was a great thing. I see Ron Brewer, Sidney Moncrief. You have, Marvin Delp. He did it with Arkansas players. And how he did it in Barnhill, I have no idea. But what he did here was the basis of what this became. And then Coach Richardson, he and I talked this morning. And Hunter will tell you, and John, one thing I asked, I want to know what Coach Richardson thinks of me taking this job. I need to know. And he says, and he and I talked today. I'm going to send out to all of you a poster that's in my home office on the wall. I forgot it was there. It's behind me. And one of my staff said, look at that. Was anyone here at the 1994 game in Springfield, the Hall of Fame game? Yeah. Okay, that was UMass and Arkansas the year after they won the national title. That year they went to the championship game. It's a poster of Coach Richardson. He looked at it. He said, that don't look like me. It does look like him. He's in his seat looking mean. Have me screaming. You have Corliss in it. Lou Rowe. What was the score of that game, by the way?
A lot to a little.
Yeah, it was 114 to like 80, but that's all right. It was in Springfield. But I think Corey Beck's here. Where's Corey? Corey played on that team. Scotty Thurman, the shots he made. I mean, come on. And it wasn't just who he coached, it's how he coached and how they changed the game to that point of, we're coming after you, 40 minutes of hell, this is what we're doing. And the excitement in this building, it was hard to win a game if you were an opponent in here because you knew they're coming at you, teeth and feet. Here they come. I will tell you that he challenged his kids, but Corey, you got to say, but he cared. He challenged them, but he cared. Did he hold you accountable? He held you accountable twice, right? Like once in the same time, never then. But he cared about it. And in my memory of all that, Muss here 5 years. You got to know, Muss did a heck of a job here now. 2 Elite Eights. He got this thing back on track. The Sweet 16, and again, you know, the opportunity to follow all that. And again, you could say, well, rebuild. Yeah, there may not be a roster. I got to put a roster together. No, you're laughing. That's not funny. I just met with the team. There were 3 guys in there, and they were in the portal. So we got work to do, and the only thing that I want to tell you is I'm not that guy that has a magic wand. That's not who I am. I'm the grinder that comes every day, and when you watch my team at the beginning of the year to the end, you say, wow, they got better. Individual players got better. They become a better team to put them in the best position. So
finally, we've watched you coach. We've watched your teams play. Tell us about you. Tell us about Coach Cal away from all this.
Well, as a player, I was small, but I was slow. So I'm a gatherer. I see Dakari's brother down there. How's Mom doing? You tell her I asked for, okay? I bring people together. It's what I've always tried to do. We get this thing going and we get this thing done. I want thousands of people to say, without me, this doesn't happen. Thousands. Not just 1, 2, 5, not my staff. It was everybody came together and say, without me, none of this happens. I look at trying to create that love affair, a love affair between this program and this campus, this program and this state. I know this program's important to the state. All these programs are important to the state. And I got to tell you, so you understand, my parents, my dad worked in the mill in Western PA, and then he was a baggage handler. Worked till the age of 70, still looking strong at 91. He's throwing, you know. My mom worked in the cafeteria at the junior high school. She had the white suit, sold the ice cream. We grew up Friday to Friday. You guys know what Friday, some of you young people don't know what Friday to Friday is. You're getting a paycheck and you're making it till the next Friday. Thursday is a tough day. It's how I grew up. But you know what? No credit cards, layaway, all the stuff. I wouldn't want to grow up any other way. You knew you had to work or you did not eat. And I say I'm a grinder. That's what I am. Look, I told my son today, I don't know why you look at, I'm telling you, my dad was a baggage handler. My mom worked there. I wasn't a great player. Please, I am just, my friends call me Johnny Calipari. I'm not that guy that, you know, it's me bringing everybody together, bringing a staff together, gathering people, getting a team to understand how you have to work. You ready for this? Together. Not work by yourself. You do it together. And then having a dream and a burning desire to compete for championships. Why am I here? That's why I'm here. And let me just say one more thing. I'm always going to be a player's first coach. I'm sorry. It's about the players. I know for some reason people think you can't really be a coach that wants to win if you're about the players. No, you can do both. You can be, every decision I will make will be, is this the best decision for these guys? Not me as a staff, is it the best decision for them? When we're doing things, how we're doing things. You saw my team this year. We played totally different. Why? It was the best way for that team to play. We couldn't guard as well as we needed to, but we could really score. But it was how they had to play. And all I can tell you is I won't change that. It does change recruiting because of this transfer portal. You can't have as many freshmen as you usually have. You have your group of freshmen, you have a group of returning players, and you have a couple transfers that can impact it. Sometimes they're the alpha dog, that guy coming in. But even those guys would come here for one reason. How do you make me better, coach? I want to go to the next level. Can you help me? If I see a player that I don't think I can help, I'm being honest, I probably won't. Not that he's not a good player. I don't want to use some young man and say, yeah, you're going to set screens and dive on the foot. No. How do I help him get better? That is what my job is, to prepare them for life after basketball, to tell them how they create joy in their life. Do something for somebody else, and you'll figure out how you create joy in your life. The one thing Coach Riley, Pat Riley, said to me, the best compliment, Cal, I can give you is your team, your players come in this league, and they're all good teammates. Think about that. For me as a coach, that was the best compliment I can get. Yeah, they're in that league. They're getting second deals. They're doing all this stuff, yet they're great teammates. That's what I want to have the base of what we're doing here, the culture of what we're trying to do here.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's our coach now, Coach John Calipari. Coach, come on up.
I want to go down and say hello to the coaches real quick. I hope they didn't do this to you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Thanks. And you won. What was that score today? Congrats, Coach. I can't wait to work with you. Nice to see you. Coach, this is my coach.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Calipari is about to join and conduct his first press conference as the Razorback head coach. He's also going to be flying to Los Angeles tomorrow to receive the John R. Wooden Award for Legends of Coaching. So we certainly congratulate him for that. Again, we welcome his wonderful wife, Ellen, son, Brad. We thank all of you for being here tonight. Hunter Yurachek, Jennifer, go Hogs. Thanks for being here.
Hey, let's unmute my mic. What's up, everybody? Razorback Zach here from the Central Arkansas Hog Pen. Once again, you just saw the introductory press conference of John Calipari for the 14th head coach of the Arkansas Razorback men's basketball team. And just a few minutes, we're going to be going live once again along the Sideline Radio Network and for a weekly show of Inside the Hog Pen. We're going to be breaking everything down We might talk a little baseball. Hang with us. We're going to be right back right after this in just a few minutes. Hang with us. It's an all-new episode of Inside the Hog Pen coming up next on the Sideline Radio Network. This is where the fun begins.
Get ready
for raw, unfiltered Razorback talk. Nobody knows what they'll say next. It's time to go inside the hog pen with Razorback Zach, Marcus MC Carlton, and Sarah Swish Vogel.
Let me talk to you.
Hello! It is Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time for another episode of Inside the Hog Pen. Now, if you're just joining us, you did miss the introductory press conference of one John Calipari, but check this out. As soon as our show is over, you can go back and watch the beginning of it. It's the first about 45 minutes of the broadcast. I am solo tonight. Wait a minute. We might have one or two guys in here. Let's see if we can get... I think D-Mad's joining us from somewhere abroad. D-Mad, you there, buddy? He's not there yet. But from the great beyond in the sad state of Texas is my buddy on assignment, one Marcus MC Carlton. What's up, dude?
Hey, man. How's it going?
Where are you right now?
So I am about to watch the San Antonio Missions take on your Northwest Arkansas Nationals.
No. They ain't my Northwest Arkansas Nationals now. Hold on. Okay, hold on. But,
I guess they would be all of ours, huh?
Probably. But MC, you've got some major background noise from the there we go. But so we before we let you go, because I know you're on assignment, so to speak. Give me your take on John Calipari, man. Do we like him? I mean, he seemed a lot more personable from what I saw. Because we see him on the sidelines all the time at basketball games. But I'm kind of warming up to the idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those deals where look, you don't flip the switch after hating a guy for 15 years. You can't just flip the switch. It is going to take some getting used to, but it's going to be pretty easy when he rolls out a team full of 5-star McDonald's All-Americans or some big names from the portal that, let's be honest, we probably wouldn't have had a shot with under Muss. That's no disrespect. It just is what it is. But I mean, he won the presser. He won the press conference.
I'd say he won the press conference, dude. I'd say he won a lot of fans over tonight.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he's a politician, man. He knows how to work a crowd. This is not his first rodeo. He knows what's up. He knows, and I mean, the biggest thing that I pulled away from that was he pulled all of the big names out. In Razorback royalty, he talked about Frank Bulls. He talked about Nolan. He talked about the triplets. He talked about Eddie Sutton. I mean, it's just, he knows what he's doing here. And, the fact that the crowd turned out the way they did, how about that? I mean, that was, Hunter,
well,
you can tell Hunter was pretty jacked up too.
Yeah, we're waiting on Sarah because Savage Sarah was actually at Bud Walton. We're going to get firsthand account of what the fans felt inside of Bud Walton. So yeah, we're gonna get. She is currently making her way out of Bud Walton as we speak. But MC, dude, we're gonna let you get back to the game, man. We cannot wait to have you back in studio next week, my man. And I think we just lost him. There he is. So MC, we're gonna let you go, buddy. And I think we have Sarah. Sarah, what's up? All right. So tell me honestly, what was the vibe like inside of Bud Walton?
Immaculate. For just a coach, like, Musselman would be lucky at USC to have that many people at his games.
Damn.
Like, half of the half the arena was packed. Like, I got lucky and some friends saved me a spot, but without that, like, I would have been sitting at the top. Like, they had both levels open. Like, both levels were full of half the arena. Not just one, both of them.
Interesting. We're going to jump over to the Hog Wild Live fan feedback. And Shay Jones says, will I be able to go back and watch the full live stream? Yes. At the beginning of this broadcast, we will have the broadcast from KARK. Due to technical difficulties, we did not be able to broadcast it live, but we carried the KARK stream. And as soon as we wrap up coverage here on Inside the Hog Pen, you can go back and watch the very beginning of the stream. And that will have the first 45 minutes is the introductory press conference of John Calipari as the 14th head coach of the men's Arkansas basketball team. Now, Sarah, we've been talking for 2 days now, all of us in our little team chat. I don't know. I was on the fence about it. You know, we were going down all the names, you know, Jerome Tang out of Kansas State, the weird looking science teacher looking dude from Mississippi State. I don't remember his name. All these other, I mean, Chris Beard. I mean, I love my buddy MC, but Chris Beard, he was all about Chris Beard. He was Chris Beard or bust. Even that, I mean, Nate Oates. I'm not going to lie to you, Sarah. I'm a little pumped about basketball now.
So obviously I hate him when he was playing us, but I've been a Calipari fan. Like, he's up there for me. Like, you know, you got Gino. I always pronounce his last name wrong. Ariema from UConn is the women's coach. That's a huge deal. To me, like, there's Nolan from, like, back in the day, and then there's currently Calipari, to me. It's me, probably. But there's Kentucky's coach Calipari. There was Duke's coach and UNC's coach. Those are the three that I love. And Calipari's one I love. So we'll see.
Well, and I mean, the way he was a lot more personable than I would have expected him to be. You know, he was relaxed. He was cracking jokes. He was a very personable coach and a very personable person up there on the stage. Now, will that translate later on down the road? And, you know, on the basketball court is yet to be seen. However, I mean, it's not every day you get a Hall of Fame coach at the University of Arkansas. I mean, not one that comes in. John McDonald notwithstanding.
I personally, today, the way he was talking, I was almost in tears. I was holding him back. Especially him saying that he reached out to Nolan, he reached out to these players. I love him. I'm sold.
So y'all all know me, okay? I will sit here and argue the blue bloods of basketball till I'm blue in the face, okay? Even though I'm the football guy of ITHP, I will sit here and argue that there are a handful of teams that are the blue bloods of college basketball, okay? And when a Hall of Fame coach like John Calipari states that Arkansas is one of them, that tells you everything you need to know about the program right there.
I don't care about all the couch. A real coach says it, it's over with.
You know, and he is a real coach. Now, some people are comparing this, like Jesse Randall Thurman, our boy from the Northwest Arkansas area, says this hire is the equivalent of pulling Nick Saban or Kirby Smart in football. Yes. I 100% agree with this. And it's one of those, now, we don't have a team right now by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm strangely okay with that.
He had a meeting with 3 players, 2 of which are in the portal.
I'd love to know which ones those were.
Joey P. and Kate Arbogast. That's who was at the press conference.
Why was Joey P. at the press conference if he's an Arkansas State Red Wolf now?
I don't know.
Well, that makes absolutely no sense.
That was my question, but him and Kate were up at the top taking pictures with people.
Okay. Well, MC,
you see, I'm already home from Bud Walton.
We're gonna cut you loose until you get into the NWA studio. So come back to us, Sarah, when you get a chance. All right, y'all are gonna roll solo with me. Boy, it's been a while since I've been solo. I don't know what to do without the other 2 misfits here. But we're gonna do the best we can because they've turned me loose. But MC coming to you from San Antonio, Texas, says it seems like he got Nolan's blessing to take the job. Smart move by Cal to call out all of Hawg royalty. Now let's raid the portal. I like it. I like the fact that he reached out to Nolan, that he reached out to all the Hawg, I like the fact that he did that. To me, that won brownie points. Now, will this all translate onto the basketball court? Because we all know how coaches like to talk and they like to pump the fan base up and they like to, feed into the fan base of gimme, 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 gimme. But it's yet to be seen. Okay. Now we got spoiled with Muss. Okay. And yes, Muss did wonders for the program. All right. But deuces, dude, we got something that you'll never have, and that's a Hall of Fame coach. Okay? I'm not hating on the guy, but we got a Hall of Fame coach now. All right? It's just what it is. But no, I honestly think, you're talking about reaching out to one of, if not the greatest coach in Arkansas basketball history in Nolan Richardson and asking his blessing. And the way that this job came about, for me, when he won, when the moment I knew that this was a good hire was when John Calipari was talking about how this all came about when him and Hunter were in Phoenix. And he said that, let me look at my notes here. He said, I didn't want anything to get out until after the national championship game because it took away from the two teams on the court. Now, UConn wiped the floor with Purdue, but that's another story for another time. Which I was happy to see, by the way, because, we kicked the crap out of Purdue at the beginning of the season, and that was our one big win. But, and to me, that spoke volumes to me from a fan's point of view, knowing that he did not want to take away from the other two teams that were still playing basketball. Okay. That to me spoke volumes as a fan. Because he's showing respect to the other programs that are still playing. Okay. To me, that was pretty classy. All right. Now, regardless of what he did at UMass, regardless of what he did at Memphis, regardless of what he did at Kentucky, because if I remember right, we kicked the shit out of him a couple times. That's neither here nor there. And I did not play our warning at the beginning. So if you're hurt by foul language, I'm not sorry. He won. I have a feeling, and guys, talk to me. Okay, talk to me tonight. Did he win you over? Yes or no? If he didn't, tell me why. Okay? If he did not win you over yet, tell me why. And tell me what it would take for him to win you over. Okay? Now, if he won you over, tell me why. Tell me what it was. Okay? Tell me why. I want you guys to talk to me tonight because I'm all alone in the pen tonight. Y'all see, my other two misfits ain't here. Razorback Zach's fixing to run wild. All right? Mama Linda's in the house, says, hi, guys. What's up, Mama Linda? Dragon from our YouTube page says, where's the Calipari conference? It's going to be at the beginning of this video. So once we end the show and once we go off air, go back and watch from the beginning, and you'll be able to see the introductory press conference as it aired on KARK at the beginning of our press conference. At the beginning of our broadcast. Brandon Laughlin says, woo, damn pig. I'm right there with you. Casey Sutton says, hi, buddy. What's up, Case? By the way, I want to share a story with y'all real quick about Casey. It's never good when she texts me and says, hey, I need to talk to you and I need to meet with you face to face. At that point, I was pretty scared and I went into hiding. I don't know what it is, but I told her, I said, crap, I'm in trouble. I didn't do it. So y'all show some love to Mama Linda and our number one fan, Casey Sutton. And then our self-proclaimed, and I'll give it to him, our self-proclaimed number 3 fan, Jesse Randall Thurman, says, I'm pumped for basketball. Every time I get ready to give up on a sport, Hunter makes a home run higher. Here's the thing. I've been rolling this around, and D-Mad and I have been talking about this for the last couple of days. I think Hunter was the scapegoat in all of this. I think he was framed, and all the blame got placed on him because everybody thought it was Muss versus Hunter. I don't think that was the case. I think it was Muss versus Tyson, and I think it was Muss versus the Hunts. Okay, because look at how all of this unfolded. All right. Word got out, and I know we're talking about John Calipari, but this kind of plays into everything. Word got out that Muss has been shopping around for his job since about October, November of last year. Okay. When did the season start? November. How did we do this year, y'all? We crapped the bed. Plain and simple. We crapped the bed. I honestly think that there was something more there that we will never, ever know. Okay. Leading up to John Calipari, and we're about to bring Sarah back in here because she's back in the NWA pen. But yeah, dude, I'm right with you, Jesse. Now I want to throw another nugget out to you. Okay. What does John Tyson, the University of Arkansas, University of Southern California, and Southern Methodist University all have in common? I'll wait. Go ahead. I'll wait. They're all donated by the Tyson family. What just happened at all three of those universities? USC's head coach went to SMU. And where did the University of Arkansas's head coach go? USC. Who was the common denominator in all of that? John Tyson. Who was the main component that brought John Calipari to the University of Arkansas? John Tyson. I may play the fool at times, okay? I may look dumb, but I'm actually kind of smart most days. Chuck Pendergrass, what's up, dude? Long time. Chuck Pendergrass is in the house. This is what's up, guys. Unfortunately, it's just me for right now. Let's get Sarah back in here. By the way, Brad Staten says, I'm not sure they should have left you alone. They should not have. That's why Sarah's back in here. Because let's face it, I'm not safe running this pen by myself. We see what happened. Oh, we got D-Matt in here. Let's just bring everybody in.
Yeah.
I don't have audio. I can't hear. Just real quick. Hold on.
All right, we'll pull you back out.
My power's off. I don't have Wi-Fi, so we're phoning it.
Uh-oh.
Well, I shouldn't say all the power out. Only the downstairs power's out. So we're rolling on the phone for now.
That's fine. Marcus, MC, I am going to make him pay for this next week. He has Major Crow to eat on Hunter. Yes, buddy. Yes, you do. Because he went all in on just hatred for Hunter because of who he had. D-Mad, we'll get to you in just a second, buddy, because I know you've got some stuff that we need to talk about. Loki, our producer back at the Hog Wild Studios, says, I'm interested in basketball again, but I am far from ready to put faith in Hunter Yurachek just yet.
Oh, no. All my faith in Hunter. He's
I
getting
don't know.
Tyson's involved now. I'm sold.
I don't know. This hatred for Hunter,
Out of pocket.
it's kind of miswarranted. I mean, it's
Not warranted.
It's not warranted at this point.
Know what happens after the NIL meeting? That's tonight.
Yeah, that's gonna say a lot. That's gonna say a lot. Loki says you can say the shit word, Zach. I know. It's my show. I can pretty much say whatever I want.
No, you can't.
MC says, how many times did I say that something changed after the Duke game? That's about the time he started shopping himself.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. Guys, Dylan, you and I have talked about this on the phone for the last couple of days since this big announcement hit. Are we sure it wasn't John Tyson and the boosters shopping Eric Musselman and not Muss shopping Muss?
I think it's both ways.
I think it was Muss shopping mostly because it's Steve Sullivan came out and said the whole this is all about how a coach can't get along with his boss. I mean, that's pretty damning evidence right there. I think it's mainly like it must probably rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and the fact that he did that, it led to Muss shopping. And Muss might have just been shopping just for leverage. But as soon as he got to the point where he went a little bit too far over his skis, that's probably when the season went off the rails, honestly.
Well, and even Jesse says that Muss couldn't even get the $3 million he wanted wanted in NIL, and Cal already had $6 million promised by the Whales before the fans even pitched in.
That's where I'm talking about Tyson. Tyson wasn't supporting Muss. Neither were the Waltons.
Well, neither will
You
the Hush.
can't give a raise to a coach. This is a really good thing that MC has said over and over again. You can't give a raise to a coach that has 30 losses in 2 years.
No.
And the fact that he was wanting an extension or anything, and he's already rubbing people the wrong way, is definitely not the way to go about something like this. And the fact that he did that led to all this. And if he wants more money, you got to be able to work with your boss. At the end of the day, your boss controls your pockets.
Yeah.
Do not piss off the person that pays you. That's the number one rule.
Don't bite. And again, that's a life lesson for all of you guys out there. Don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Literally.
Okay. But I want to get you guys' take, because y'all know me. Leading up to this, I was not 100% sold on this hire.
You know, I learned a lot in this whole thing. I haven't really listened to a lot of Calipari. In the past couple days, I've been trying to seek out a little bit more of what his players have said about him, like post NBA careers, during NBA careers, or whatever. But I mean, everybody's saying the same thing. They love Cal. They love Cal. They love Cal. Why'd you go to Kentucky? Because it was Cal, not because it was Kentucky. After this interview, I understand what they're trying to say. He puts on a united front, and it seems like he backs it up too. He's not somebody that's going to shovel bullshit and not follow up on it like a shorter coach would do.
His comment about the reason he didn't come here back a couple years ago because he didn't want to leave the team and the players before the transfer portal thing.
Right.
Hard. Because that shows that he actually cares about his team, not about where he's coaching, not where the money is.
Well, but Sarah, even the fact that when he said that he didn't want anything about this to come out until after Monday, because it would take away from the two teams still playing basketball in the national title game.
And it sure did.
He said,
to me, that moment right there, I was sold.
What sold me was that he not only said Monday, but he said Sunday and Monday.
Exactly.
The women's game. Which, not that we'll ever be there, but anyway.
That's another story for another show.
Oh, yeah, he got booed today. It was hilarious.
I mean, the thing about it, though, y'all, is
I do expect a lot of crow to be eaten. I'm looking for all these people, because I was one of the ones that was saying, I don't know, it feels... So me and Zach actually talked about this. If you don't know me personally, could be considered a petty person. I don't know. I don't know why somebody would say that, but all I gotta say is game recognize game. And I was feeling a little something that was going along the back burner with Hunter. I was like, I don't know. I don't feel like he'd be the type to just post something like this or go on a podcast. I felt like he had, and people said it, ace up his sleeve. I feel like the entire coaching search may have been a smokescreen.
Well, okay.
We always had Calipari to go to.
But again,
rock coach, I was like, y'all have got to be kidding me. That was just so bad.
Well, okay. But
all these guys raises. None of that happened. We were never looking at those guys.
No, we were never I'm gonna tell you now. All right, I'm gonna tell you now. We were never looking at Chris Beard. We were never looking at Nate Oates. Okay. No disrespect. We weren't even looking at Jerome Tang. Okay. The guy's only got 2 years of experience. But here's the thing. Okay. When it comes to Hunter Yurachek, this is twice now he has completely taken us by surprise. In less than 12 months, mind you. In less than 12 months. Because when Dan Enos was fired, we were like, oh, that's going to be this guy or that's going to be this guy. Hell,
we were looking at the UNLV coordinator.
I came out.
The problem
came out and said, it's not going to be Bobby Petrino. There is no earthly way he's coming. 48 hours later, what happened?
I think the problem is there's so many people who have sources, so many people who have knowledge that say it's going to be this person or that person, and everybody and their goddamn mother listens. Because that's what I noticed. As soon as someone tweeted about Beard, here's 10 more people tweeting about Beard. Who know nothing. Who I know have no connections.
Yeah.
And I got my.
I really wanted to test this coaching search. I really wanted to push it, and I feel like I could have gone and grabbed some momentum with it if I would have said Arkansas is looking at Dana Altman. I feel like I could have gotten a couple of people to retweet that.
You would have had people pissed off at you like nobody.
See, that's the thing about Twitter. When people say I'm hearing, no, they're reading on Twitter. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to take anybody seriously when they're saying I'm hearing. It's like they have sources. Like that's more credible than saying, well, Twitter says. That's the new form of Twitter said. Oh, sorry, X. X says.
Call it Twitter. That X just makes it sound dirty.
Oh, also to Chris's question, Cal starts announcing tomorrow. Dead period ends at 12:01 a.m.
Yep.
He's got 4 players already committed.
Yep.
They're already
Now,
committed. Say anything.
One of his former players, okay, and I may not be in the I may be in the minority of this. And I think Dylan, you and I talked about it earlier today. One of his former players came out and said that there's going to be celebrities, there's going to be number one recruiting classes. Here's the thing. I don't give a damn about any of that. I don't care about the celebrities. I don't care.
Drake in Northwest Arkansas, because Drake is a Cal fan. If Drake comes to Northwest Arkansas, I will lose.
I don't care.
I do.
I don't give a damn. I don't
know how. So I understand that you don't.
Hold on. Wait. I don't give a damn about any of these celebrities. Look, I'll be honest with you. I don't give a damn that Bobby Bones was in the fucking hog pen yesterday.
Hey, this is the second time Loki has cracked me up today.
I don't.
You know this.
I don't care. I'm about to go on a rant. And Loki, you might as well turn on the counter because I may end up I've already dropped one. I don't give a damn about any of the celebrities that's going to come with Calipari. I don't. What I care about is Final Fours and winning and sustainability.
See, to me, as a Northwest Arkansas girly, a tried and true, I'm born and raised here. Like, lived here my entire life, but a year and a half when I spent in crappy Conway. Those people coming in, it's more than a celebrity's coming to town. To me, it's a money's coming to town.
It doesn't matter, though. I don't give two shits about it.
So here's the thing, though. Just hear me out. So let's just take Drake, for example. Drake has...
No, Shay, I don't. I have no... I can't name one song by Drake.
I can, yeah.
Hotline
I
Bling.
can see that. I could see that. But just take into account if Drake were to come to Arkansas, it brings so much more than just one celebrity. What it brings, it can possibly bring NIL sponsorships, because if you get all of our players dressing an OVO brand, I mean, that itself is probably worth at least $100,000 right there.
Okay, now wait a minute. If he's coming to town, that's a completely different story.
See, we have to put this in wrestling terminology for Zach to understand, I guess.
Apparently.
If Shane McMahon were to come to Fayetteville, what would you think?
I wouldn't give a damn. Now, if Dwayne Johnson or Taker came, oh, dude, sign me up. Sign me up.
So Drake is selling out his shows like Taylor Swift. I know you.
Wait. Hold on. The fact that you said that and then he said this. Hell no. I would look. I'd rather hear. I was talking to somebody the other night. I think it was my dad. And it's Caitlin Clark. We were making the comparison.
Jenna, to answer your question, yes.
Well, no.
It has to be someone he finds relevant, not the rest of the world.
Well, that's not even it either. But I look, I'll be honest. Any celebrity that comes because of Calipari, I don't care.
But the thing is, like Dylan said, they're bringing money and NIL and stuff.
I get it. I know.
So the OVO brand is worth more than Kanye's Yeezy brand before the problematic stuff. And if he starts getting all of his players, because I think he started doing it at Kentucky, all the players started wearing OVO stuff, and with that comes NIL, and with that comes better players. And at that point, we're back to what DeMarcus Cousins was saying: the machine keeps on running, and we're going to keep on cranking out one recruiting class number one, and transfer portal class number 1 too.
I do think now. I will say this: I do think that Calipari did seem rejuvenated that he was at Arkansas. For various reasons. Number one, he can start with a brand new slate. We don't even have a team.
We have one person. He was there.
Lawson Blake.
But he's even in the portal, isn't he?
No. Lawson Kate is. Lawson Blake is tried and true homeboy. He's staying.
I feel comfortable having Lawson Blake and Ronnie Brewer going after a team of 5. That's fine.
My whole thing is I just.
To me, it's about the money he's bringing in. Like,
that's correct.
To the town and stuff, but he's also, like Dylan said, NILs, sponsorships.
This is going to affect the football team a lot more than just the basketball.
Should I mention the tweet about who the moneymaker at the university is?
You know what? I'll do you one better. Hold on.
Wait. Hold on. Wait. Please, let me have this.
No. I'm gonna pull it up and put it on screen for you.
No.
This will be the most views he gets all year.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, so somebody, we're not gonna name who, the bald little pissant, comes out on Twitter with his established brand and says that, watch, hey, Dylan, as I say this, watch Sarah's expression. She's fixing to turn beet red.
She's not going to turn beet red. Her eyes are going to roll so far back into her head.
She comes out. Well, listen to this. He comes out and he says that Arkansas basketball is the moneymaker at the University of Arkansas. It's not. Football.
Now it is.
Now it will be. Now it will go head to head with football. But basketball, and courtesy of Brandon Bumgarner, great friend of the show, pulled this stat. Arkansas basketball already has generated $8 million in revenue last year on a down year. What's up, Sarah?
Pause. Because are you talking about just pure revenue? Or are you talking about NILs included? Because the Hunts aren't donating to football. Ain't nobody donating freaking football.
No, we're talking.
You don't get a choice of what you where you're donating to the collectives. Like the money is being. Like if I were to go donate $100 to the collective, I can't say, hey, or Arkansas Edge. It just goes to Edge.
You can say which team.
MC said it best. Okay. John Calipari, with the way his contract is set up right now, saved the job of everybody at Arkansas Edge today.
The Edge, if you donate to the Edge, you can say which team it goes to. You can distinguish that. I asked that one time during one of these, and somebody told me that they had donated, and you can say what team it goes to.
Yes, Carolyn Williams is exactly right. The baseball team is the only one of the 3 in the nation. Is only one of 3 in the nation that operates in the black. Yes, because they're standalone. Okay, they are standalone. They've got their own NIL, and by the way, they're number 1 in the freaking country. But we're gonna get to that later in the show.
Hell of an applause tonight. Probably one of the loudest.
Okay, so I want to go over real quick. I pulled what his official contract terms were. Okay, John Calipari, and we got to go to a quick break. According to a university email, he's got 5-year contract through April 30th, 2029. He can add 2 rollover years based on NCAA tournament appearances to 2031. Okay, $7 million per season to start. He's got a $1 million signing bonus, a $500,000 retention bonus every year, and he's got a one-time bonus that's included for Sweet 16, Elite 8, Final Four, and national championship appearances. Okay, that's not counting the $8 million freaking dollars in NIL commitments that he's gotten.
$6 million.
Oh, is it 6? I thought it was 8.
No, 8 is how much he's because he's getting sign-on plus 7 for salary.
Okay.
So it's 6 from NIL. At least that's what I've seen.
Okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense. Jesse says, Zach, the youth today flock to the atmosphere, and the celebrities add to the atmosphere. It brings attention and a spotlight. The next generation of players crave that. Yeah, I get it, but maybe I'm just too old.
Well, I got something to add to that, and it just popped back into my head. So with Duke Deuce, do you remember him coming to Bud Walton? He had one song.
Who?
Exactly. He had one song that kind of got popular, and it's a pretty nice little upbeat song.
Oh,
However, the team, like the entire atmosphere of the arena changed the day we played Kentucky, and he was in attendance. I was also in attendance for that game, but we're not going to talk about it. And JD Notte also dropped 40 points that game. But yeah, just having a guy named Duke Deuce at the game was crazy enough.
Again,
him and Drake retweeted that.
Mm-hmm.
Then Drake
and there was another celebrity that made it to Bud Walton last year. I can't remember who it was.
Who?
There was the one girl that made it.
That's what I'm talking about. I can't remember her name.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Ashley Judd?
No.
I mean, I don't name somebody that I recognize, and then we'll talk. But on the other, we got to step aside and take a break real quick. On the other side of the break, we're going to talk about expectations for Coach Calipari coming up in his first season. You're listening to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back right after this. All right, welcome back to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Razorback Zach hanging out with you. And pinch hitting for Marcus MC Carlton is Dylan D-Mad Madden.
Hello.
And then, of course, from the NWA pen is Savage Sarah Vogel. All right, so.
Zach, I got a question.
I didn't do it.
Who was your favorite band when you were growing up? Say the Beatles, something like that?
Growing up?
Growing
up, I really didn't have one. I had several.
Okay, so imagine
I had several. So
how popular Queen was back in your day, right?
How old do you think I am?
Old enough to know who Queen is.
Well, yeah.
So I know the
Beatles too, but that doesn't.
But let me make this point real quick. Imagine the whole band of Queen. You know what? Just imagine Freddie Mercury showed up to Bud Walton Arena.
Okay. He's dead, been dead for quite a while, so that'd be kind of weird.
Just imagine that in your day and age that Freddie Mercury would show up to Bud Walton Arena. That is the same thing for this generation.
Okay.
It'd be like if Freddie Mercury showed up.
Let me make it a little bit more like, okay, let's say Kurt Cobain shows up.
There you go.
Okay.
Use somebody that you know.
Use somebody that is from my era and not somebody from two eras before me.
I could have sworn you were that era.
No, I mean, I was raised on that kind of music, yeah, but use like Kurt Cobain or James Hetfield or, Sammy Hagar.
Or like Jimi Hendrix, right?
No, he was dead long before I came around, dude. No, okay. So getting back to topic here.
Sarah, you're muted.
Sarah, hold on.
I got you. There you go, Sarah.
People your age are like, oh, who's that? Blah, blah, blah. But that's the type of music, the type of people that the players like. So if the players are hype, the students are going to be hype. I don't really care about the rest of the people. As long as the players on the court are hype, have at it.
Loki said
Brad,
said he knows who Drake is. No excuses.
Brad. I know you watch that because you're retired Air Force. Okay. We're more Bob the Builder. Just remember that. And Loki says, yeah, I know who Drake is. No excuse. Hey, I got an excuse. I don't listen to that music. All right.
That doesn't mean you have to live under a rock.
No, it's never mind. Anyway, so Dylan, let's start with you.
Shay, we're not getting into it.
Why you got to do that to me, Shay? Why? Why?
We're not going there.
Come on, girl. Damn. All right, let's go around the room here, and I want to get the fans involved in this too. What are your realistically, what are your expectations, Dylan? Year one for John Calipari and the University of Arkansas.
Is it wrong for me to say 25 wins? And
with the fact that we don't have a roster right now, yes.
I don't think it is. I'm going to say about 25 wins. We're going to be probably a 4 seed in the SEC. And, you know, I'll give us a 5 seed because Texas is coming in. They're all right. We're going to be a 5 seed. And then I'm going to say probably second round exit next year. Probably.
Okay. Sarah, what about you?
You said expectations or what I want?
Serious, realistic expectations.
A team?
Well, yeah, duh. That's priority number one.
I think I'm going to say third in the SEC.
Wait. All right, let me ask you, behind who?
Bama and probably Tennessee.
Rick Barnes can recruit, and he's already developed his culture there. He's got players that he can bring back. Who knows? Zakai Ziegler might come back for his 8th year at this point.
Oh, my God. He's been there since I was a kid. Shit.
Yeah, I need to see all the rosters, but those are the two I would currently put there.
So getting a little off track here, but those were 2 teams I did not expect for you to say. Alabama, maybe. Because they made it to the Final Four, and it depends on who they've got coming back. But
good. Tennessee's a really good in-conference team.
Yeah.
They were top this year, weren't they? Top 3?
They were, I think they were the number 1.
Yeah, so.
I don't expect Auburn. I don't know. Auburn's kind of losing their players.
Don't get me started on Auburn.
Well, you know, Auburn lost their big guy. I can't remember his name.
AJ Green or the white guy?
No, it was Broom. Broomy.
Broom, yeah.
They lost him to the transfer portal, so that's probably not a good sign for old
Pearl,
yeah. Pearl.
For me, I think we make it to the 3rd round.
Okay. Sweet 16.
But to me, I know people will go nuts when we don't make it to the Final Four this year. I don't.
People are gonna, but see, this is the thing. We're gonna drop a game to a team that we should beat, and people are gonna go, oh well, so much for that, because
Fire DVH, right?
Like we've talked about, okay, several times on this show, there is a section of this Arkansas fan base that all they want is they want to win, and they want to win right now. They don't want to build for sustainability. They don't want to build for the long run to where it's year after year after year after year success. They want to win, and they want to win right now. It doesn't work that way.
Also, someone in the comments said SEC tournament win. I don't want that. Everybody who's won the SEC tournament gets bounced in the first round of the NCAA tournament. I do not want to win the SEC tournament.
Okay, so let me throw this at you. I'm gonna kind of be the negative Nancy of the bunch. I don't think we make postseason next year. And I think here's why. I think next year is going to be a wash. If you look at it, almost every head coach since Nolan, their first season has always been a wash except for Muss.
How many coaches have been Hall of Famers since Nolan?
Also, how many people had a number 1 recruiting class when they came in and had the transfer portal at their beck and call?
Granted, but you have to temper expectations.
That's fine to temper expectations, but you were saying realistic expectations.
Yeah, okay. But for me, like, he literally is bringing in a number 1 recruiting class. They're all in the portal. Like, half of them portal, the other half.
But you don't know that, Sarah. You can't just automatically step up and say it's going to be a number 1 recruiting class.
I will give you a reason as to why he will have a top 5 class. One reason in the 15 years that he was at Kentucky, and including this year because he's already signed his class, he has had 8 number 1 ranked recruiting classes, 7 number 2 ranked recruiting classes, and 1 ranked, I think it was 5th. Out of the 16 years, the lowest ranked recruiting class is 5th. That's the reason why he can bring in all the talent. DeMarcus Cousins said it best: the machine will keep running.
And that is why I think we make postseason.
Again, I'm
Malik
not
Monk
saying
said he's going to be coming to Bud Walton Arena.
I don't give a damn.
How ironic is that?
I don't give a
Malik
damn.
Monk says he's coming to Bud Walton Arena this year.
But you cannot. I mean, unless he pulls in all these big names, because look at the talent that we had this year. Okay?
He's not Muss.
I told you at the beginning.
He's not Muss.
We have individual talent. Coach Cal builds team talent. Muss doesn't. Coach Cal will build a team, not individual players. And I hope some of them are watching, because some of them wanted to run their mouth on social media last night in a live, talk about, oh, it was Muss's problem, not ours. No, some of y'all are selfish as hell.
That just proves exactly what the problem is.
That just proves exactly where the problem is, just like Dylan just said. Okay. But again, Loki says it best. Talent does not make a team.
Yep. And honestly,
what did
all the
Houston,
people last year don't come back.
what did Houston Nuts say? He'd rather have 11 Brandon Burlsworths than 11 5-stars.
Absolutely.
But guess what?
But why?
Cal can pretty much do both.
But why did Houston Nut want all those Brandon Burlsworths? Why? Tell me why.
Because he wasn't selfish.
He put
all
in
the team.
He put in
including
the work.
including Muss. The team was selfish last year.
But
the
BB put in the work.
Yes. The one constant of Muss's success was Jalen Williams. He seems like the most unselfish player that we've seen in a decade.
I love it.
And look what he's doing at the Thunder right now. He is a glue guy. They're not going to trade him. He comes in and plays 15 minutes a game. If he puts up points, cool. If not, he is a glue guy. He's Nick Collison for the Thunder. And that's going to be what this is.
All I'm saying, though, okay, quite literally, all I'm saying, okay, is we've been spoiled the last 4 out of 5 years. Last year's the one year that everybody shit the bed. Okay. Show me something more than just a recruiting class.
Hall of Fame coach. He's a Hall of Fame coach for a reason.
So was Nolan. So was Eddie.
And what did Nolan do?
The vibes and the atmosphere are different too. With Muss, it was showboat. Coach Cal is not like that. And it was proven tonight by him saying, I didn't want to post anything during the national championship games. Mm-hmm. I wanted to call Nolan. I wanted to talk to people. He truly is hey, let the team shine, not a me shine. And Muss was the complete opposite. If that guy didn't post his shoes every game, it was a murder scene probably in the room. He had to post his shoes. He had to post his outfit. Coach Cal is not like that. It's about the guys, not about him. It's a complete different vibe.
That's exactly right. And something I kind of noticed is I'm going to say the words Bill and Clinton, so y'all be prepared, okay? What was the number one thing about Bill Clinton? He was very personable. There was stories that Bill Clinton, he would meet somebody one time and be able to remember his name just like that. If you notice during the press conference, he was talking and he's like, oh, there's Tyson. Oh, Marsha Cohen, where's your husband? And he's like, hey, Dakari Johnson's brother.
Yes.
Where's your mom? That is important.
That hit me hard. The fact that he not only knew who Kamani was, but then mentioned their mom.
No, I think he was talking to Dakari Johnson, one of his former players.
Yeah, Dakari.
I know, but saying Kamani wasn't around a lot. He was here playing.
No, Dakari.
No,
I know. Kamani was here playing. So Kamani was in games a lot. So that says that Coach Cal paid attention to the families.
Oh, okay.
It supported them.
Was that his brother?
Dakari?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his brother.
Yeah, that's why he said
no idea.
Curry's brother. He pointed at Kamani.
I had no idea. You just learned me something, Sarah. I appreciate it.
Everybody was confused too because they said he called him Dakari, not Kamani, and I'm like, no, he's Curry's brother,
which he coached at Kentucky.
Yes, but that's what I was saying is Kamani was time or vice versa. So he never really met Kamani a lot.
Right, and that's kind of like what I'm trying to get at is like he can meet somebody once, it seems like, and he'll be able to remember them 3 years down the line, and that's big for this type of job. And I'm starting to understand why he could recruit so well.
He literally like the way he was just talking, like every time he was asked about something, he related it back to Arkansas people, which I know that's what he's meant to do. Like they're good at playing the press, but like mentioning Joe Klein and how he got him fired, like
that was funny.
He took Joe Klein to the mud.
Well, and then he even brought up Joe Johnson, who was in Bud tonight, which is like, I haven't seen you in years, buddy. But then, he's talking about Ronnie Brewer, who's going to be, Ron Brewer too, but like, who's going to be his sidekick. You're mentioning people that his dad played with. Like, that's huge. Mentioning Beck, like, that's going to get you money out of that pocket.
Talking about coaching against Beck.
Yeah.
At UMass. Like, he is related. Like, he obviously won the press conference. And I don't think there was any other way he could have gone about that press conference and made it any better, honestly. He said everything.
Was the highlight, though. That was hilarious.
What was it?
The Joe Klein story about how he got fired.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty good.
So
how he walked up and said, "I'm Joe Klein. Nice to finally meet you."
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Because when Cal was walking up, him and DVH had an exchange.
You heard it. You heard it on the telecast.
What did he say?
He was like, "Hey, what was the score to the game today?"
Oh, dang! I wanted him to say something about don't wave me off or something this time. Because
No,
there's a picture of DVH.
Oh yeah.
When
came in hot too. He came in real hot.
He did. He came in. He goes, "I've never had that
great of an entrance.
That
or whatever.
Yeah, he's never had that.
I've never been cheered for in Bud Walton Arena.
Yeah, never got that type of reaction in this building.
He even mentioned like where he was sitting was where he was kicked out at.
Yeah, that was funny. If I hope that translates over, because I will say this, he did win me over.
And the old heads around me over, I'll say that.
Huh?
He won the old heads over.
I almost did, Jesse. I almost did. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But like all the old heads around me were like, yeah, which I was sitting right next to Marsha. So she was into it. She had tears in her eyes. But the guys around me were like cackling at some of his jokes. They were really like digging the press. Like the presser got people, I'll tell you that.
It did. It also did exactly what it's supposed to do. Okay. But this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted from a Hall of Fame head coach like this.
So as someone who's been here for both coaches getting hired, we did not have something like that from us.
What did we have for him? I don't even remember.
I was just kind of on the way home today. I was kind of thinking, I wonder what Muss is doing right now. And I have a picture of him sitting in the pool house at USC because he's probably got kicked out of the house at this point. And I feel like he's just seething with pain right now about this.
The fact that Cal's making a lot more than he was.
Yes.
I think he even took a pay cut just to go to Southern Cal, but
it's close.
Not my monkey, not my circus anymore. So there you go.
But that kind of made me mad that, was it Chuck Barrett or was it Hunter Yurchek that said it? That was like, oh, thank you to Muscleman. And like,
that was Hunter.
So quiet.
Yeah, that was Hunter.
I think Barrett said something about it too.
Also, every time a coach got introduced, like DVH, loud cheer. Deifel, pretty loud cheer. Mike Neighbors. Yay.
Well, like I said, that's another story for another show. But we're going to take another break, and then we're going to talk baseball on the other side. You're watching and listening to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. Back in 60 seconds. All right, welcome back to Inside the Hog Pen on the Sideline Radio Network. D-Mad, Dylan Madden, Sarah Savage, Sarah Vogel, and Razorback Zach coming to you. All right, so I want to throw a couple of these things out here, okay? 23 straight wins. The longest win streak in Baum-Walker Stadium history. 11-1 in the SEC. Best 12-game start in league play since joining the SEC in 1992. An Arkansas sweep of Ole Miss is the first sweep of the Ole Miss Rebels since 2002, and it is the first time that they've swept them in Fayetteville since probably either the two of you were born, but 1997.
Yep, before I was born.
I was 3.
Y'all make me feel old. You know that? Y'all make me
Actually, I was probably 2 because that happened in early.
Y'all make me feel old. So far, player of the season, Nolan Souza, hands down.
It's got to be Souza or I mean, Souza's getting. I think Peyton Holt, not Peyton Holt.
Not
Stovall.
Stovall there too.
He is red hot right now.
Sarah, you can't say Daddy. He's in a slump.
I said Aloy.
Okay.
He has the highest RBI and the most home runs, in my opinion.
That's a very good argument.
Very valid argument, but I mean, Souza came in clutch against Ole Miss.
Facts.
Okay.
Daddy's been hit.
Hey, Loki's got something for you.
I don't want to listen to some Drake. What is a Drake?
Drake's music and of the people he brings.
No, I don't want to listen to Drake. I don't want to listen to Drake. That's old news there. But
would be fine.
Jesse Randall Thurman says Nolan Souza is him. That dude has the potential to be an overall number 1 pick if he keeps developing and is here for 3 years. I don't know if he will be a draft eligible sophomore or not.
I say he's only a freshman or a sophomore.
He's a freshman this year.
That's what I thought.
But if he continues to develop at the rate he is, he could have an early exit.
Here's the thing. You know, we're gonna look. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. We're gonna drop a series. Okay.
You better be quiet and knock on some damn wood.
Let me explain why. Okay. Hold on. If you drop a series, you run the chance of missing that number 1 overall spot in the tournament, which is what we do not want. Okay? I'd rather drop a series.
You don't want it. You don't know what we don't want.
Hold on. As a fan base, we have history with that number 1 spot, and it's not good. Okay?
The entire NCAA baseball bracket has a history with the number 1 seed.
Exactly. Here's the thing. Okay? Number 1, if you drop a series, okay, number 1, it keeps the boys human. Okay, it keeps them human. Number 2, you miss out on that number 1 spot. I'd rather go into the postseason number 2 or number 3. Okay, it keeps the monkey off the bat.
The problem is if we drop a series, it's probably going to be Florida, and that's the one series I took off for. And
see, I don't think it's going to.
We're not losing to Florida after what happened to Florida State.
No, they got trounced by Florida State like 19-3.
Florida State's ranked number 3.
Okay, but Florida, we're not losing. We are not losing to Florida. Okay, the 2 series that I have that we might
again.
The 2 series that I think we're okay if we drop the series to is Kentucky or A&M.
See, I'm thinking Florida. Florida's in the top 10.
So is A&M. A&M's number like 3 or 4.
Which Florida's at home, so I just don't want us to lose to Florida because
but see, that's the thing. We're not going to. I'm okay if we lose to Kentucky.
Honestly, I don't think we lose a series, but I think we lose a few more games.
What Jenna says, Florida's out.
It's so hard for I don't know if people understand the run that we're on right now. It is literally historic.
Yeah.
And to say we've lost 1 game in conference play, I don't have the exact.
And that one was a fluke. That was the Auburn.
Well,
their one SEC win is to us.
Well, I mean, just the fact that we have 1 loss.
Hold on, Dave. What'd you say?
That was a bad night.
It was a rough night. But you're okay. It's okay. But look, and everybody look, okay. I'm pulling my Sarah card out here tonight. It's okay to lose games in baseball. Okay? It's okay to lose games in baseball. Okay? It's okay to lose games in baseball, y'all. It's not a big deal.
It's also a very long season that we're not even, I don't even think halfway through.
I think we're just now to the halfway point.
Depends on how far we make it.
Well, just for the regular season's sake.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. Hey, big shout out to our new sponsor, Meeks Designs. I don't have all the information in front of me because that's MC's arena, but big thank you to Meeks Designs for sponsoring Inside the Hog Pen. If you need anything created, and I mean anything, they can do it. Trust me, I will get that information out. I became unprepared. This is what happens when the MC's not here. I become ill-prepared for shows. So
no.
When I say MC's the glue that holds us all together, he kind of is.
I agree.
But big thank you to Meeks Designs for sponsoring Inside the Hog Pen. Like I said,
Where can you find them at?
Instagram, I do believe. You can find them on Instagram. Like I said, I was ill-prepared tonight because of the press conference, and MC not being in the pen tonight kind of threw me for a loop. So, but here's the thing.
What was he talking about with the whole San Antonio Northwest Arkansas Naturals?
So he's in San Antonio for a work conference for his day job at another thou shalt not be named university. And he
new home to Joseph Pinion.
New home to Joseph Pinion. But he is watching the San Antonio Missions take on the Northwest Arkansas Naturals. And at the beginning of the show, he said, "Your Northwest Arkansas Naturals." And ain't my Northwest Arkansas Naturals.
I think that bald pissant is the one that he was referring to.
Hey-oh. Wait, where's Ole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, and you know, the grand scheme of things, you never ever count out this baseball team. Okay, case in point, they were down 4-1 to LSU, and they came back and like I think beat them by like 2 or 3 runs.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it ended up being 7-4.
Yeah. If
that's the game I'm thinking about. I don't know. But me's like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. But like, it's a long season. It's a long game. Anything can happen. I try to stay off Twitter in the second and third inning because people are like, oh my gosh, why haven't we scored? It's the second inning. Please chill out.
And I think somebody, I don't remember exactly who it was, Tom Hart or somebody calling the game. They were talking about the third time through the rotations. Like when you get to the third time through on rotations of like a pitcher, you see a pitcher for the third time, the ERA tends to go up on that pitcher. For one, it's the stamina of the pitcher, and 2, the batter starts learning a lot more about the pitcher. So we might not do a whole lot in the early innings, but what we're doing is we're learning what the pitcher is doing. That's been a staple of Dave Van Horn his entire career.
Yep.
And we don't hit them early. We just kind of consistently do it throughout the game.
This is the thing, is they're not trying to hit the home run ball every swing.
That's exactly right.
Wait. Now I will say this. Okay, no, wait a minute. All right, I say that to say this. Freaking Vahiva Aloy just hitting a dribbler to the outfield at 109 miles an hour. Good God, he's knocking this thing around the park.
And what's crazy to me is one time I saw him walking on campus. That kid ain't big.
He's only about this big around.
He's tiny. Now,
if the wind blows just right, they may blow him away.
Sousa's built, man. That kid, whoo. He could bench press like 4 of me. That man is
You
built.
all right over there?
Oh, he's not got that giraffe neck and the tiny little chin head. I'm good. But he's built. That, like, his hits make sense. Aloy's don't make sense with his tiny little body.
Well, the thing is with baseball, you have about this. I thought I had a baseball bat in here. Out of the baseball bat, you have about this much. It's about a baseball size sweet spot. It's maybe a little bit bigger, but like if you can consistently find that sweet spot and hit it right there, you do not have to swing. You don't have to swing very hard for the ball to go far. That's what Barry Bonds based his career off of it. He had a talk with I can't remember who he was talking to. He was the Marlins hitting coach there for a while, and he talked about how he tried to make the little sweet spot on a wooden bat. He thought about it as the glove connected to him. He was trying to catch the ball right there, and if he could hit it, it was going to go far. So that might be what Vahiva's doing. But he seems like he's swinging hard every time, though. So I don't know.
Brad Sayre says, this is for you, Sarah. Do you see Brady staying as a starter all season?
I think we're too deep to change it. Personally, do I want him to stay? No. Do I see him stay?
Something's up with him mentally that has just been off lately. Physically, I think he's fine. Mentally, I think he's probably going to stay. Just historically speaking with DVH, Sunday has been Johnny Bullpen Day. We might have a starter there. He might go 2 innings. He might go 5. We're expecting nothing out of Sunday. Let's be honest here. That's why Molina got moved up. Go ahead.
There's a lot I know that I don't want to speak on because it's been told to me in private about situations, but I think it's all mental. From what I know,
I just said that.
I'm agreeing. It's not big physical from my knowledge. None of it is physical, which I'd also like to know what happened to Dietz. He's getting an MRI tonight. Hopefully it's all good. Taken out of last night's game early because of an injury. X-ray was good, but he's still in pain, so they're doing an MRI. But back to Brady. From what I know, none of it is physical, but that mental stuff can lead to physical stuff, if you know what I mean. But I think it's all mental, and I think he needs to find a way to
he might need to be a closer.
I wish he would go back to closing. Personally, I liked him better as closer.
I think the reason they took him out of the closer role is because he probably wanted a bigger role. There's only so many closers and there's so many starting pitchers. If you get more looks at a starting pitcher, then you're more likely to move on. Because look at Isaiah Campbell. Isaiah Campbell, he was a starting pitcher, and we all knew he had good stuff. He just couldn't control it his first year. In his second, third year, he started getting a lot better control over it. And I believe he's actually in the majors now. I don't know where he's at. Last year he was with the Marlins, got called up because he was over here at Little Rock.
I think he's still with the Marlins.
He's still with the Marlins, yeah.
He got traded. But
he's with someone who wears a white uniform with black writing then. So it might be the White Sox.
I didn't know he got traded.
I saw it not too long ago.
I saw him in a video and it was a white uniform with black writing. I assumed it was
He's with the Red Sox.
I was off.
You were way off. Okay, so as we're wrapping up here, D-Matt, give me your final thoughts. Are we good with the John Calipari hire now that it is official?
Yes. We are very good with this.
All right.
We are going to be top 5 all the time. And I say top 5 SEC. I don't think we're going to be top 5 in the nation every year, all year. We're going to be good. We're going to be really good. Sarah?
Sarah's loved Cal, so I was all in as soon as it got announced on Twitter, before it was even official.
I got about halfway home, and I just felt my phone vibrate, and I saw it, and it said, I love this. I was like, yep, I'm about the same right now.
I've been a Cal fan. Yes, when he came and got kicked out of Bud, it was great, but I've always been a Cal fan. One thing for me, though, is I am really excited to see how his NIL maneuvers are going to affect others.
That was not supposed to say that. There it goes.
What's the news?
Hey, now that my soundboard's decided to work, this is coming from Brandon Marcello. This is part of what happened during what was told during the opening press conference, which, by the way, if you guys have not seen it, it is at the very beginning of this broadcast. The first 45 minutes of this broadcast is the press conference carried by KARK. So once we are off the air, you can feel free to go back and watch it on Facebook and on YouTube. And it will be the beginning of this broadcast. Now, this is coming from Brandon Marcello on Twitter. I'm told John Calipari made it a point, as we all know, to call Arkansas legendary coach Nolan Richardson this morning to discuss the past, present, and future of the Hogs. And he also connected with several former Razorbacks, including one Bobby Portis. So now we're getting a little bit more information. This is one of those where he's connecting with the past.
And that's exactly what he talked to today. So it doesn't surprise me. The Bobby Portis, like, he didn't mention, but that doesn't surprise me. I'll agree too. He's also, isn't there a Kentucky guy on that team? I could be wrong, but
probably. I'll look it up. Hold on. You talking about the Bucks?
Yeah. I thought there was, but I feel like I don't know how true this is, but I feel like, to me, Coach Cal probably recruited Bobby at some point or tried to.
I think he did.
So it makes sense to reach out to someone who went to a school you're going to.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true. All right, that's going to do it for us on this episode of Inside the Hog Pen. It's a very special extended edition, including the introductory press conference, or the introductory presser event, introducing John Calipari as the 14th head coach of the men's Arkansas basketball team.
Two people.
Two Kentucky.
Yeah, they got Ty Washington, which I believe, and then they also have Chris Livingston.
I was thinking of Ty.
Okay.
But look at me. Hey,
there you go. We are winding down the season. We've only got a few shows left. June is going to be kind of our season finale, so be checking that out.
Someone mentioned the spring game is on Saturday. I think gates open at noon. Could be wrong.
By the way, no shuttle service to Razorback Stadium at all. There is no shuttles running to the stadium.
I have a question. I want to put it out there. I don't know about you two, but I remember growing up, and
as we all do it from time to time,
every spring game there was Razor Fest.
Yes.
We need to bring that back.
They are trying to bring it back.
We need to bring it back, revitalize it, because there was so much more that went on with that. You had the players; they would sit down and give autographs out. There was so much to go along with that.
They don't do that with basketball either. They used to do it like after games. They don't do that anymore.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they don't do anymore.
You had to catch the baseball players coming out of the tunnel because their locker room was in a specific spot that people would sit outside of. I'm not going to say I've done it.
I do it,
but I have.
We are going to wrap this up. Big thank you to D-Mad for pinch hitting for Marcus MC Carlton. Hopefully he will be back next week. And, of course, big thank you, as always, to Savage Sarah Vogel. For both of them, for Marcus MC Carlton, I'm Razorback Zach. You have been watching an all-new episode of Inside the Hog Pen. Until next time, go Hogs, and so long, everybody.